A dream of so many herpers is to go road cruising at night in the Everglades to look for all the snakes and frogs, and in general just wildlife that exists there. Because of the fact that I live about an hour from this spot, I'm genuinely confused how I'd never done this, but I finally gave it a shot.
Here we go. So this little guy right here, check this guy out. I'm holding him by the legs because that's how you're supposed to hold him. This is a green tree frog. Check out how long those legs are too. Now the green tree frog is a very long and slender species of tree frog, named for that bright green coloration. And I made sure to wet my hands before handling this guy, and I'm going to let him go as immediately as possible. But take a look at those green tympanums, which are the eardrums, as well as that white line, that very bold white line running down the sides of each side of the belly. Those are the two best ways to identify this incredible species, and this is my first time handling one of these in hand. This is a nice looking green phase, and I'm gonna let this go back to the environment. And we'll keep going on our little night herping adventure. Check this. Yeah. That was a southern leopard frog right there that just jumped into there. Alright, we got a big pig frog. Take a look at this gigantic frog. Is that a pig or is that a green leopard? It's an all green leopard frog. This looks so green I thought it was a pig frog from the road, but this is actually a full green southern leopard frog. I have never seen one this green before. This is very green for a leopard frog. Wow. It's got all the patterning. It's got that ridge on the back, the black spots right in the spot where they usually are, and that long snout. Much longer snout than a pig frog would have, although they are in the same genus. They have a pretty different looking body shape. Okay. This is a big cricket. Big female. So this is the largest cricket I've ever seen that's not a mole cricket. This is a lot bigger than I even thought crickets could ever get. And it's definitely in the Grillidae family. It's a true cricket, probably related to the field crickets, although I've never seen them get anywhere near this big. This is definitely a female. You can see that long ovipositor, that long needle-like thing that's coming out of the back there. That's called the ovipositor. And she uses that kind of spear-like appendage to lay her eggs. Crickets and katydids have very long ovipositors, and that's one way you can easily identify females of this group. Now she seems to be missing one leg. She was probably involved in an accident. A frog or something probably tried to eat it. But crickets can actually pretty easily drop one of their legs, and they could actually jump very well with only one leg, surprisingly well. I actually don't know for sure what species of cricket this is while I'm out here in the field, but I will put down what species it is once I find it out.
After some research, I was right in the field to say that this was a species of field cricket, genus Gryllus, in the subfamily Grillinae in the family Grillidae. Genus Gryllus seems to be a very hard genus to identify, but I believe it is an eastern trilling cricket, or Gryllus rubens, because I can see a little bit of fuzziness on the pronotum, or the plate on the back of the thorax, as well as an overall reddish-brown coloration.
So I'm going to let her back into the environment. Take a look at that. That right there is the infamous Burmese Python. He is tongue flicking right now at me. He notices me for sure. He's smelling around. This is my lifer, unfortunately. As much as I love to see these guys, this is not good, as they are a horrible invader of the Everglades, taking down so many of our native mammal prey like raccoons, opossums, basically any native mammal they could fit in their mouths they can get, which is horrible for the ecosystem.
Since I was not expecting to see a Burmese python this far north in the Everglades where I was, I unfortunately was not equipped to take this one out of the population. After telling a fellow South Florida wildlife YouTuber about this sighting, he gave me some advice that I'll pass on to you guys. To always bring a pillowcase with you when you're night herping in the Everglades. Even though I unfortunately made the mistake of being unequipped, the least anyone can do after seeing a Burmese python in the Everglades is reporting the location onto EdMaps. That's the website that Florida Fish and Wildlife uses to keep track of these